neighbors? Big Rig Johnny here with you, smoking the wheels down the highway. And today's Big Rig rant is one ripped from the news, ripped from the headlines here. So the Donald Trump trial, there are 4 of them, but the one that is getting the most ink at the moment is the one in New York, where they're not letting him go out and campaign, so he's campaigning in New York and killing it. So that's backfiring on them right there. And the one where Judge Juan Merchan is a Democrat plant. His daughter is a major Democratic strategist, and he's just a total piece of shit and should be disbarred. Just a total shame that he's on the bench. But the entire Democratic machine, the Democratic machine is aligned with him, and they're all trying to get Trump, even if getting him gets reversed on appeal and makes them look like fools at some point. They are still going to get him. If they get him, it's going to take him a couple of years to appeal. So they're going to do anything and everything. But I don't know if you've been paying attention. A lot of people, from what I hear, the polls say that this is way, way, way down the list of their priorities. Mainly the priorities are the economy and the border, which I totally agree with. But you should really be paying attention to what's going on to Sir Trump there, because out of all of the lawfare that they are waging against him, this one is by far the most ridiculous. And it's really the only one out of the 4 that actually still has any legs. And every legal strategist in the country, even Democratic illegal strategists, law professors, lawyers, etc. Seems like everybody in politics is a lawyer or has a JD, which is a Juris Doctorate, whether they use it or not. And they've all said this is completely off the rails. I mean, like, this is like, you know, the things he's doing, the fact that he won't let him speak, that the judge, I'm talking about when I say he, shouts down the defense's witnesses, and the fact that he's shutting all this stuff down is just like unbelievable. Not even just reversible upon appeal. Like, this should get him disbarred, thrown off the bench, fired, thrown in jail, the whole bit. So, but the latest complete whackery is so both sides have finished their case in chief, and it has gone to the jury. Okay, and when that happens, the judge issues jury instructions. He told this jury, go ahead and go back into your deliberations, and I want you to know that not all 12 of you need to be in agreement on what it is that Trump is guilty of. 4 of you could say he's guilty of X, 4 of you could say he's guilty of Y, and 4 of you could say that he's guilty of Z. And I will consider that as 12 votes for guilty. And then I will then sentence the criminal Trump. Now, even if you're not a lawyer, I'm sure you've seen or read a few legal books in your life, and you know, I think a child knows, that you need 12 jurors unanimously agreeing, whether they really agree or they're persuaded to agree, which I don't agree with either. I mean, the jury system is totally fucked up, because people are forced into saying, okay, guilty, even though they don't believe that he's guilty or don't want to give a guilty vote. But they're tired. They want to go home to their families. They're feeling pressure from the other jurors, all sorts of things. So that right there tells you that it's not a fair system. But beyond that, where the judge says, hey, you guys are all going to argue about this, and to be fair, the crime that he is being tried for is a misdemeanor. Okay, it's a misdemeanor. It's usually a ticket. It's nothing. But the reason that they're able to bring it to court as a felony is because there is an underlying crime along with this crime. So supposedly in jurisprudence, that makes it a felony, a felony deal. Now, you're supposed to, within your case in chief, explain what that underlying crime is that pumps this up to a felony from a misdemeanor. That never happened because there is no underlying crime. They never even had an idea of what the underlying crime is. They just said it so they could pump up the misdemeanor, which is already out of there's a word for it that is escaping me right now. It's essentially every crime has a certain amount of time that you need to bring charges upon. Okay, and once that time frame has expired, you can no longer try somebody and try to put them in jail for that crime. Now, this misdemeanor ticketable offense, even if it were true, has already gone well past that time frame, which I think was in 2019, and we're in 2024 now. The only way that they could bring it to court and even keep this sham clown trial going is if it was in furtherance of another crime, which makes it a felony. Okay? Statute of limitations. That is the name of it. The statute of limitations on this bullshit misdemeanor paperwork crime is 5 years out of the statute of limitations. So they're pumping it up with this made-up other crime, underlying crime. So what the judge is telling them is, okay, we all agree that he did not classify that he did not properly account for this money that supposedly he paid to Stormy Daniels. That's the whole crime. Is he put it down as a legal expense because he paid his lawyer, which is that's an illegal expense. But they're saying no, he misclassified that, and in the ridiculous law books that we have, somehow that is a misdemeanor. But you only got a certain amount of time to press that misdemeanor into the court of law, which they didn't do. And so they're saying, okay, we all agree that he misclassified this, so that's the first count. The second count could be a whole myriad of things. And if four of you decide that the underlying crime is X, and if four of you decide it's Y, and another four of you decide that it's Z, well, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Good for Judge Mershon. He can do basic arithmetic. So he's going to say, even though all 12 of you are supposed to agree on everything, the misdemeanor, the underlying crime, the facts of the case, all of that stuff, because that's what being a jury is all about. The prosecution has to persuade you enough for you to think and agree that yes, he did these things, he should be punished for these things. No, the judge is saying, I'm going to make it easier for you. Like a participation trophy. You're here, we know he did it, we all don't like the guy, we want to get him. So as long as four of you think it's this, and four of you think it's that, and four of you think it's the other thing, but you all want to get Trump, well, then we're all on the same page. Okay? All right. Well, no, that's not okay. That is patently false. You can't do that. No matter how much Judge Merchan and the prosecutor and the Democrat machine wants to get Trump, and no matter how inflated Merchan thinks of himself, he is not a god. He is not a ruler. He does not make the rules. Okay? He's not able to change the rules of law, no matter what he thinks of himself. And what we need to do is, once this happens, we all need to, when we finally get to the point where we've had enough, we're at the end of our rope, we all need to go down there, and among the many other people that we string up or put against the wall and put bullets in, he needs to be one of the first. Because this guy is absolutely smart enough to know what he's doing is 110% wrong. It's 1,000% wrong. No matter what he thinks of Trump. Okay? We still have a civilized, so-called civilized legal system. And he needs to play within that system, whether he likes it or not. But no, we have lost our legal system. We have lost our grip on civility and reality. And they are just playing by their own rules. And what I don't understand is why the Republicans and the independents and everybody that has a brain and knows this is wrong, why are we still playing by their rules? Why? Why are we playing by their rules? They have stopped playing by the rules, and now it is, as they say, playground rules, which is to say the people that have the ball rule, or the ones that, the biggest kids are the ones that make the rules. It's playground rules. It's, I have the power, and I'm going to bang you over the head with my power, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, come on and stop me. That's not what a civilized society does. That's not what we've done for a couple hundred years now. But the Democrats have taken it so far that they're saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to stop you? What are you going to do if I do this? What's to stop me from doing this? What are you going to do? You going to do something about it? Are you going to stop me? How about you? Or you? Or you? Are you going to stop me? That's where we are in this world, boys and girls, friends and neighbors. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it, whether you're shocked that someone would even bring this up or that this is happening, the time for, oh my, I cannot believe this injustice is happening. No, that time is gone. The time is now to say, this will not stand. I'm just one guy driving a truck down the road, making a video at 63 miles an hour. I can't do anything about it by myself. But if we all decide this is bullshit, okay, it's playground rules, well, we're going to come in and we're going to let them know that we're just as big and bad and willing to punch them in the fucking mouth as they are. But they don't want to punch us in the mouth. They want to use the so-called legal system and lawfare, which, if you haven't figured it out, lawfare and warfare are the same thing. They're just using law as their implement or instrument of warfare. Well, law only works if the rest of us agree, okay, well, that's the law. We gotta deal with it. And we have been that way for a long, long time. I don't necessarily agree with it. I don't necessarily think it's good. I think it's been this way for a long time. There's been a lot of injustice going on for a long, long time. But it went from injustice to outright, I don't even know what the word is, outright chaos. So case you're not paying attention to what's going on, that is what was handed down a couple of days ago in a court of law in New York City. Hey, you don't have to all be on the same page as long as you're basically in theory and in spirit against Donald Trump. That's good enough for me, and I'm the judge. I'm gonna bang my gavel, put my stamp on it, and make it legal. I don't know. You got anything to say about that? Well, that's what I got to say about it. Let me know what you think. Until next time, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, Big Rig Johnny here, smoking down the highway. As always, keep your wheels down and your eyes up. I'll holler at you later.